All right, Kaizen, thank you so much for your patience as we get this tier 2 match ready to go. We're here with the console division. It's New Horizons versus Experience Dankquility. And we have our bands in. It is going to be the Ramatra band, Mercy, Moira, and Ana coming out as we do head into Ilios for our first map here. Some interesting bands coming out for Ilios. We could potentially see the Ramatra here, but yeah, 3 support bands coming out. So, really feeling a little bit targeted as that's really gonna narrow kind of the compositions that we end up seeing without the Mercy, without the Moira, without the Ana. I suspect that we are going to see some Lucio, we're gonna see some Kiriko, or maybe some Juno. Well, Lifeweaver is still on the table as well. Maybe not a great pick for control maps, but definitely has been getting a little bit more playtime in competitive. As we are going to have New Horizons. Made it the backline from the side of Dankquility. D-Mech to the Diva, and no ultimates used in that fight. Just a back and forth. Nice a little 2K from Incendiary to finish up that fight. And now, percentage building once again here for New Horizons. Pink still has that Diva Bomb ready to go. The Pulse Bomb from Sibzor is going to be ready to go, as well as we are going to see Chaos swap over onto this Lifeweaver. Nice stick there from Sibzor, but unfortunately does go over onto the Doomfist as that block ready to go is able to negate a lot of that damage. Coulson is very low, had that ultimate ready to go, but thought that they were going to be able to get the healing there and not quite getting there in time, unfortunately. Musi, the TP just a little too slow, and that is going to be the point flip once again, going back over to Dankquility. So back and forth here, and the only ultimate that has been used so far was that Pulse Bomb from the side of Dankquility. So we are very shortly going to have 5 ultimates ready to go for New Horizons, including both those support ultimates. Both very good options to push onto the point. Yuzi's going to go ahead, use this Kitsune Rush, trying to get a foothold on this point. Pulse Bomb comes out, doesn't quite connect onto anything as Coulson does find that kill onto Trap first. Okay, the punch off the edge. Incendiary is absolutely popping off on this Sojourn. That sim wall not causing as many problems as maybe Bones would hope. The bomb on point. Okay, catches Bagel out here. Is it still back and forth? We're approaching that 99% here for Dankquility, and New Horizons, you've got the numbers, just got to get the cap next, and that will come through. Overtime has been triggered, though, so it's one fight away from Dankquility picking up this first sub-map win. And okay, Incendiary, though, finding that first kill. Chaos is unfortunately gone from the fight as well. Wasn't able to build up to that tree fast enough. Pink, though, putting in the work on the D.Va. You find two there. The numbers still in favor of New Horizons here, but the two members from Dankquility are set up on point. Pink and Sigzor doing what they can to try and flip this over and win the fight quickly. Pink has been demeched, though, and Sigzor, unfortunately, falling very low, is going to end up dying. Pull out there from Chaos. It does keep the D.Va alive, but Pink's still out of mech right now. Is Trap committing this orbital? The team not quite able to follow along with it, and Incendiary has popped that Sojourn rush. The overclock really just zoning everybody from Dankquility out of the point and not able to get that touch. I mean, a heck of a lot of back and forth, but I mean, ultimately, New Horizons is going to be able to pick up Lighthouse first.
Ready for battle.
Okay.
They have this coming.
Next sub-map, we will be heading over to Well. So we'll see if there's any compositional changes here. This sub-map is going to play a little bit different than Lighthouse typically does. You don't quite have as much high ground to kind of control and set your supports up on this map. And of course, you have that giant hole in the middle of point. It can be very tempting to go for the environmental kills there, but not looking like too many changes. We do have Joka Bones going over onto this Bastion here, so we'll see what they can get done with that. I think the timing of the Bastion form with the Juno speed ring can be really dangerous, especially if you're able to catch one of these New Horizons members out when they have no mobility cooldowns. Now, Musi has moved over onto the Baptiste here, but otherwise New Horizons sticking with a very similar composition to what they had on Lighthouse. Chaos already taken out of the fight. Coulson just doing so much damage in the backline. Ryu just slipped off the side of the map there. Bagel, though, is going to take down both DPS from the side of Dankquility. The D-Mech onto the D.Va as well, as the cap going to start building here for New Horizons. And when you're playing on Well, sometimes this first point cap can really just be so hard for an attacking team to try and push into. A lot of kind of high ground at this choke point, and wow, nice kill there from Musi. Unfortunately, it's a stagger kill coming out onto Trap, and that's gonna mean that experienced Dankquility just have to wait that much longer to get their supports in here. And oh, now you don't have Chaos either. There's no healing for the side of Dankquility now, as they are gonna recognize that. Just move back out a little bit, trying to live. You at least have Trap back into this fight now. Sigzor is gonna have his pulse bomb ready to go, but Bagel been building it very quickly as well. And Musi finding that kill onto Bones, and unfortunately that's a lot of damage gone. Musi not done yet, as the Baptiste is gonna find that kill on a Trap as well. Incendiary getting taken down by Chaos, but the numbers still very much in the favor of New Horizons. And the point, of course, still building up here, as Pink does, unfortunately, get demeched there. Looking like maybe a stagger kill going to come out on to that D.Va as well. Now, we do have Bones swapping off of that Bastion, has gone over onto the Sombra. I like this swap. I think that Coulson's been doing a lot of work, as Bagel does find the stick onto Sigzor there. The Meteor Strike comes out from Coulson, and oh, I mean, it was back and forth on Lighthouse, but here on Well, it's looking like New Horizons have this point absolutely on lockdown, playing up quite aggressively here, holding this high ground. We see Coulson, okay, and that's exactly what Bones needed to do there, kind of playing defensively. You go for the hack as the Doomfist engages, and that is the opening that Dankquility really need as we're approaching that 99% here for New Horizons. They need to find another kill, though. This Doomfist gonna be able to get back into the fight very quickly, and no, Incendiary taking out Bones. No Sombra that's gonna be able to deal with this Doomfist, who's now back in the fight. Pink dropping the bomb on the point here. Lamp is out. A lot of damage done, but not gonna find any kills. Sidler is able to find the incendiary. There's trades going back and forth here as the window is committed from Muzi. The orbital ray on the point as well. Nobody really standing in it, but creating a lot of pressure as Muzi, okay, cleaning the fight up with 2, and that's New Horizons taking Ilios, the first map here. And yeah, like I said, the first submap, Lighthouse, I think looking really, really close, but well, it was just a little too staggered out there for experienced Dankquility. Felt like they were always kind of down one. New Horizons doing a really, really good job finding those opening picks and kind of following through, trying to find the next one and the next one. You see the play of the game on the D.Va here. And all right, so we are going to throw it to a quick little break here while we get the next map and bans in, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with map 2 after this.
Traveling to
Okay, Kaizen, welcome back. Thank you for your patience. Well, we got this next map and bans sorted out, and we are heading to a hybrid map now. I will remind everyone, since New Horizons was the winner of Ilios, that meant that our map was picked by Experienced Dankquility, and they have opted to take us to Eichenwald. And we do have the bans all ready to go as well. So Experienced Dankquility starting out with the Ana ban. New Horizons responding with a Mercy and Bastion ban, and then rounded out Dankquility giving us a Sombra ban. So, I mean, hey, Mercy has been banned once again here. This is going to be the second map in a row that Hero's getting banned out. And, actually going to be the second map that Ana was banned out as well. So, these supports kind of getting a little targeted here. But yeah, the Bastion ban coming out, we did see Dankquility play a little bit of Bastion on Ilios well there. So, you know, maybe not feeling like you want to deal with that here on Eichenwald. Now, taking a look at these compositions, we do have some substitutions that have come in. So Mage is going to be in on the support here for Rio on the side of New Horizons. And then on the side of Experienced Dankquility, looking like we are going to have Bone move over to tank. And then we have Pink on the DPS here. So a little bit of a swap up in the roles as we are ready to go now. The doors have opened. Coulson still on this Doomfist. It's the May and Cassidy DPS lineup coming here for New Horizons on the defense. The Wrecking Ball making an appearance here from Bones. Pink on that Reaper, and then the Moira Baptiste backline. So a little bit of a conventional backline. Unfortunately, Chaos immediately going to be taken down quickly. More picks following here for the side of New Horizons. It's just Pink on the Reaper. Maybe trying to get out. Does not have the Wraith form. Does get the TP out. And yeah, okay, the Reaper is not going to be able to get out. Coulson going to make sure that that regroup takes just a little bit longer for Experienced Dankquility. Now, on this Wrecking Ball composition, we really need to see some kind of angles being taken here. Sibzor is going to find this opening pick onto Coulson, though. The tank now gone for New Horizons, and that is an opportunity for Dankquility to push in here, but Sibzor is taken out by Bagel on this Cassidy, doing a good job shutting down that flank, and it's not even a tick being picked up here. It seems like New Horizons able to kind of push Experienced Dankquility back, but as I say that, there are a couple kills coming through here. Mage has been taken out, so you're not going to have that aura healing, but the Baptiste being traded out, and Chaos going to be taken down as well. There's now no healing at all for the side of Experienced Dankquility, but hey, Sibzor and Bones still looking to drag this fight out a little bit longer. Sibzor is going to pick up a nice little 2k there. One tick on the board, picking up the second one as well. Mage was positioning a little aggressively there, but looks like New Horizons are going to let that cap go through as a little over 4.5 minutes on the clock here for Experienced Dankquility. Not bad at all. However, New Horizons, everybody does have that close spawn. They're going to be able to get set up where they'd like inside this castle. Okay, Sibzor, though, big pick here onto Musi. Does unfortunately pay for it with their lives. Bagel, again, looking for this Tracer, shutting them down. And, now, ultimates are ready to go here for New Horizons. It's the Blizzard onto the point. The Lamp does come out from Trap and the Coalescence to try and keep this Baptiste alive. It actually does work. The Pulse Bomb finds Coulson. High Nude not going to find any kills, just doing a bit of damage as the Window and Mines have both been committed here from Experienced Dankquility. So a very expensive fight for them, but they do end up winning it, and they're able to start pushing this cart forward. Now we are going to have Coulson swap over on to a Wrecking Ball of their own. So off of that Doomfist, as we do have that Kitsune Rush from Musi ready to go. Mage has moved over onto the Brigitte here, so really looking to shut down not only Bones, but Sibzor on this Tracer as well. Coulson looking for something, has the Kitsune Rush there to back them up. Nice little Kitsune Rush off the high ground there. Bagel actually is going to drop down, but the cart is still moving here. It's Bones and Sibzor kind of pushing this forward as kind of two fights happening here, one towards the cart and then one in the back line. It is New Horizons going to be able to come out on top here. It's just Bones left on the cart. The Wrecking Ball going to try to get out, not quite going to make it. And now, both supports actually for Dankquility have been pushed up very, very far here, trying to keep their Wrecking Ball alive. The window, or the lamp, has already been forced out from trapped here. The slam comes in, connects onto 3 there, but follow-up not quite there. So we see New Horizons kind of stabilizing. Easy. The slam in is not going to catch that Kiriko out. And Incendiary also has swapped over to the Torbjorn here. So this is a very anti-dive composition coming through here for New Horizons. Coulson not gonna make it out. Oh, the Wrecking Ball going just a little bit too deep, and that could spell disaster for this second point hold. It's gonna be the Deadeye coming out from Bagel, trying to zone, holding it. The lamp has been forced out. Okay, the shots come through, but the kills not making an appearance. Nice window here from Trap down mid, but the roll through from Coulson, followed up by the Mines, basically just denying all that value from the window. The Pulse Bomb has been thrown out by Sibzor there, and didn't quite connect onto anything, as we see Sibzor actually going to be taken down by Bagel there. It's just Bones on the point. Bagel going to find them as well. Orb will be able to find that kill onto Incendiary, but with just the supports alive for experienced Dankquility, it is not looking like that payload's going to be getting to that second checkpoint now, but still, you know, a minute and a half on the clock here. There's an opportunity for New Horizons, or for experienced Dankquility to kind of push through. You got 3 ultimates to work with, including those mines, which could be massive if you can get yourself set up on this point. But Mage and Incendiary more or less have this payload on lockdown, as Musi is going to find that kill onto Pink. Nice little angle set up by this Kiriko. Slam in from Coulson. Ooh, okay, is going to be able to find that kill on Trap, and that's a really big pick here, as that's a lot of consistent healing now gone from experienced Dankquility, but looking like they want to still take this fight. They are able to pick up Bagel, but now Sibzor, who has swapped over to the Soldier, gonna fall to Coulson. It's a whole lot of back and forth here, but it's ultimately going to favor New Horizons. We're seeing some ults being committed here. Death Blossom doesn't find anything. Chaos with that Coalescence trying to focus down Coulson, but the HP pool for the Wrecking Ball just a little bit too high for the damage of the Moira. And now the mine's out. Bagel set up on that high ground. It's experienced Dankquility caught between mines and a Deadeye, and they're gonna fall to both of those, as now time is running out here for experienced Dankquility. You committed a few ultimates there, but you still have these mines of your own to work with, but you need to get the touch. 10 seconds now. Looking like Bones is going to be looking for that touch. Will be able to get on the payload, and Bagel pushed up a little bit too far there. Is going to get punished for it now. We have the Molten Core and the Kitsune Rush from New Horizons on the point. The Torb Turret set up on a very annoying on the wall. Oh, New Horizons held on to the ultimates. Pop them at the right time, and that's going to be the payload. Stopped just before that second checkpoint was collected. And I think that New Horizons just had the swaps that they really needed there. You swap over to the Torbjorn to kind of have that extra angle of damage coming through. That Torb turret was very, very frustrating. Not only for Sibzor when they were on the Tracer, but it does a whole lot of chip damage to the Wrecking Ball as well if you leave it up. And yeah, we saw a lot of anti-dive kind of coming through for them. So we'll see what they can get done on the attack. And we'll see what experienced Dankquility are going to opt for to try and get as strong of a first point hold as they can. For all the time that they had in the bank moving through seconds, just not quite able to finish it out. So you'd really love to burn as much time off the clock, if not full hold, on your defense here. And, well, Bones is on the Reinhardt to try and make this happen. Sibzor over on the Symmetra as well. So with this composition, you are really looking to go for just a first point hold, right? You have the Sim turrets kind of set up here. You even have Trap over on this Zenyatta. who is actually still walking back from spawn. The Zen quite slow. We'll see if we can get back into this fight quick enough because we have Coulson back over on this Doomfist, so it's going to be a very speedy kind of composition for them. They have Bagel on the Tracer. New Horizons looking to capitalize kind of on these Doomfist hits. We already see Bagel in the back line on this Tracer, and that has forced Dankquility back from that choke point that they so desperately really needed to hold with this Symmetra. Now you're on the point. It's a wide open space. Bagel does find Trap, but oh yeah, it's gonna be New Horizons. Actually, Bagel picking up a second one. The trades are coming through. Experienced Dankquility has taken Coulson and Incendiary out of the fight, and a good job withstanding that first rush here from New Horizons. Now, we'll see if any changes come through for New Horizons. Doesn't look like it. They're still gonna stick on this Junkrat Zen. A whole lot of damage here. You really just need to get that Discord Orb onto Bones on this Reinhardt. And then you can just spam all the damage in that you like. All right, it's the punch in from Coulson. Oh my gosh, it's a double punch kill. Throwing Trap and Zibzor into the wall. Does end up getting pinned there from Bones, but meanwhile, you've lost Chaos as well. Bones has that Discord Orb on them. They're so low, and there is no healing to speak of. It's just a matter of time. Bagel gonna find the angle and shut down that Reinhardt. Sim turrets have been placed on the inside here. Doesn't look like Sips are gonna go for a contest here. Maybe just trying to find a little bit of damage as New Horizons walk through that choke point. Now, I will say, Experienced Dankquility did manage to all get close spawns here, but okay, Riptire ready to go. Fade has been forced out. Riptire is very low. Pink able to actually destroy that, so not going to be able to get any value with that tire, but you actually did kind of force Experienced Dankquility back a little bit. Muzi going to use that space to find the pick on to trap. The Pulse Bomb doesn't quite connect onto Pink, but it's close enough. And now with the Soldier gone, the Simple was committed here from Sibzor. And the rest of Experienced Dankquility doing what they can to try and utilize it, but oh, Joker, once again, unfortunately, just falling very, very low. That Discord Orb, as soon as it hits the Reinhardt, it's so much damage. Incendiary gonna fall, but gonna go ahead and take that Symmetra as well. And it's a stabilization here for Experienced Dankquility, but you don't have your tank just yet, so you've really got to be careful kind of playing out in the open like this. New Horizons, you've got that Kitsune Rush nearly ready to go. That could be what's gonna put you into this golden box. Okay, nice. The Brig Bash from Trap followed up by the Shatter. Oh, mate. Pinned off. The Transcendence was really good to keep their tank alive, but the pin from Bones gonna send them off. In the end, not really gonna matter for that fight, though, as the team kill comes through for New Horizon. I mean, you only committed that Transcendence. You're gonna have DPS or the Pulse Bomb. Okay, but we actually have Pink coming and swinging here. We have that Visor online, not quite finding any final blows as the Meteor Strike is gonna come through. Squish Chaos. Once again, the mind kill here from Incendiary. The parting gift with their death. Gonna take down the other support. Now the payload moving forward, getting very close. There's a nice TP here from Sibzor to try and get Dankquility back onto the point, but it's just one after another trickling on to this point. Pink not gonna be alive for long as Mew picks up the double kill, and that is going to be Eichenwald picked up by New Horizons, putting themselves at a match point, a potential 3-0 here for this team. Ooh, the Kiriko play of the game. What a cool skin. Nice Suzu there. Oh, the parting headshot there from those kunai. You gotta be so careful with these Kirikos. All right, well, Kaizen, we are going to send it to a break once again. When we come back, we will have the third map and potentially final map. We'll see if New Horizons can finish this out or if Dankquility can start that reverse sweep. Don't go anywhere. Okay, Kaizen, welcome back to the third map of this T2 console series. We have New Horizons taking on Experienced Dankquility. New Horizons currently up 2-0 in the series, looking to close out this match with a 3-0 as we head to Circuit Royale. Now, this map, of course, was Experienced Dankquility's map pick, since they did not find the win on Eichenwald, and Experienced Dankquility also had the opportunity to ban first here on Circuit. And well, maybe no surprise, chat, it is the Doomfist that has been banned out here for Experienced Dankquility. Kaizen doing a pretty big number on the side of New Horizons, doing really good job on that tank. Now, the other bans that have come through, we have the Mercy and Cass bans for the side of New Horizons, and then Experienced Dankquility rounding everything out with a ban onto the Tracer. So this will be the third map in a row that the Mercy has been banned. Maybe a target ban. Maybe we just don't want to have to deal with the Valk and the slipperiness that a Mercy can bring. Heading over to Circuit, taking a look at these compositions, we are going to be having Experienced Dankquility starting out on the defense here. Bones still on this tank role. Trap over on the Soldier now as Pink is going to move over onto the support, so a little bit of role swapping happening here for Experienced Dankquility. We do have Mage in for New Horizons, going to be playing the Wrecking Ball here on Circuit. Definitely not a hero that we get to see too often. And Kaizen, oh well, they're off the Doomfist, they're on to the Widow, and they are still making themselves seen in this kill feed. Going to open up with a kill onto Pink on the Yari there. Now, this is going to be Experienced Dankquility down one, but still just kind of holding forward here as Mage rolling through from that back line. The Wrecking Ball looking for a slam in to connect on to Sibzor, but the Symmetra able to kind of stay alive through that as Bones looking to get aggressive here on this Zarya, looking to build up some charge. Not quite finding it against the Echo and Widowmaker as called once again, sending Pink back to the spawn. This Yari having their head taken off twice in a row. Well, Kaizen looking for a third there, and it's all falling apart here for Experienced Dankquility. Just chaos left on the Moira. Is gonna try to get out with that fade, but Incendiary has other plans for them. Payload moving forward here for New Horizons. We are gonna have both DPS ultimates coming online for them very shortly as we have some swaps happening on the side of Experienced Dankquility. Bones going over onto the Winston now. The Soldier and the Sombra swaps coming through for these DPS players. The Sombra definitely looking to shut down this ball. Kaizen finding the headshot. Soldier is now out of the fight. Bones kind of going in deep there, trying to find the backline, but backline ending up finding Bones. And now another one for Kaizen. Trap on this Sombra will be able to find that trade, but otherwise the numbers very much in the favor of New Horizons. Trap going to be sent back to the spawn. The point has been captured here. New Horizons moving on to second. Just under 4.5 minutes in that time bank, and you are going to have all 5 ultimates ready to go very shortly here. It's just Bagel that's kind of lagging behind a little bit on this Baptiste, and with all of the swaps and the headshots that have come through onto Experienced Dankquility, they just haven't quite been able to build up to an ult just yet. Chaos being sent back to the spawn also means that you are out of a lot of healing here. Sifar, though, okay, nice little healing pad, plus the Discord orb coming through from Pink, who's moved off of that Iari. It's going to allow Experienced Dankquility to take down this Wrecking Ball. You did lose Bones in the meantime, though, so no tank for either side here as sights are going to be popped for Kaizen. The Visor, no! Sibzor pulling the Visor out, does get beamed down by Incendiary. Musi pulled out that Sun. It just connects onto Pink, but it does find the kill onto that Zenyatta. And Bones over on the Diva here now, doing what they can. At least going to be able to stall the point out for a few seconds, but immediately demeched and sent back to the spawn room as we see New Horizons pushing forward. It's the solo EMP onto Mage, and I mean, hey, Experienced Dankquility do find the kill off of that. Payload rapidly approaching this second point. The lamp has been forced out here. Sigor is going to destroy that. No tank here. New Horizons still looking to take a fight, and that is Chaos pops this Coalescence, finds the kill onto Incendiary. Coulson now gone as well. The DPS back in the spawn room for New Horizons, and finally Experienced Dankquility finding a little bit of stability on this map just before that second point was captured. But I mean, it was expensive. You only had the Coalescence and the EMP ready for you, and you used both of those, so you're gonna have to try and build up to this Transcendence from Pink. Potentially use that to kind of clear the mines from Mage, but I mean, Mage already has these mines ready to go. Going in, slam onto the point. Mines are out as well. Incendiary. Okay, the copy is actually kind of forced out here as they did fall very, very... The soldier copy coming through. Mage does end up falling, but not before they take out Trap with them. The window from Bagel is good down main, and it allows enough damage to come through to DMAX Bones and send them back to spawn. As Payload still moving forward here. Pink's the last to fall, and you know, they got tripped up just for a fight there, but New Horizons are back on track, moving into third point. Lots of time in the bank here as Mage is gonna swap over and match this D.Va. Coulson has the sights ready to go. Might want to okay, Trap. Nice job on this Sombra, seeing the low target. Virus combined with the headshot to finish them off. Joe Bones is on the point. The nice beam there from Incendiary, though, is able to DMAC the D.Va. Trap gonna get caught out there, was maybe trying to find kind of a stagger kill onto Incendiary. You would have loved that if you Dankquility, but I mean, New Horizons do such a good job. Once you find a pick, it's just going in, finding another, even go ahead. Okay, you commit the sun here from Musi, and you don't find the kill, but you do force out that Transcendence from Pink. It's a really big ultimate, and it does allow Experienced Dankquility to stabilize a little bit. You're gonna be able to get another 5v5 fight here. Kind of a little scuffle up on the high ground as Bones is kind of forced out there. The DPS coming alive here for Experienced Dankquility. Gonna find a kill onto Bagel and Incendiary. There's still 3 members here alive for New Horizons, but just kind of sticking around. Going to be the Visor coming through from Sibzor to try and clean this up. Find some stagger kills. Musi is gonna fall. Coulson is set up on this high ground. Is going to be able to live through that engagement from Experienced Dankquility. Mage also falling very, very low. Doesn't end up getting DMAC. The heals are going to come through here for Bagel, and Bagel has built themselves this window ready to go. We saw them use it to DMAC Bones in the last attempt at this window, so we'll see if they go for that again. As soon as Bones commits, is going to have to be very, very careful. It's the dive in here from Bones, trying to find this kill on a Coulson. Lamp out though. Bagel, nice peel from afar to keep their Widow alive. Now it's the bomb going in from Mage. Doesn't connect on to anything. Ooh, it will get the squish heal onto Trap though, and the window now from Bagel being committed on this corner, and cleanup is there for New Horizons. We're approaching less than a minute on the clock. New Horizons would love to finish this map out here with a little bit of time. Doesn't necessarily matter all that much in Escort, but every second can count when you're trying to push this payload forwards. Bones is on the high ground, trying to take a little bit of space away from this New Horizons, but they're set up too hard, and you've got the copy ready to go. It's gonna be a copy onto the Sombra. Trying to find some damage, trying to build up to this copy, but ultimately the rest of New Horizons basically just finding all of the kills, and the copy not gonna build up to the EMP, but is going to slide that payload into third point. 20 seconds on the clock. Not too bad. Experienced Dankquility did manage to get a lot of time off. It was like a steamroll through first and second and even into third there, but Experienced Dankquility was able to stabilize a little bit, find their footing on that third point. But now, I mean, if you're Experienced Dankquility, you have no option but to try and take this into overtime rounds, which means that first step, you gotta finish the map. You have to complete Circuit Royale if you even want a shot at starting this reverse sweep here. And, you know, when you're down 2 already, it can be just a really tough mental game to kind of keep yourself locked in and pull out map win after map win. Because I have to remind chat as well, I mean, all these maps so far, save for Ilios, have been the pick of experienced Dankquility. And if you're not winning on your map picks, it can be so hard to try and win on your opponent's map picks. But
only a fool believes in luck.
that's going to be a problem for later on, as we see experienced Dankquility hovering bones on this Orisa. We do have Sibzor on the Symmetra as well, looking like they're probably going to be sticking on that. Okay, and I mean, Coulson on the Venture just getting a little bit too greedy here. You want to try and find an opening pick there comboed with Mage, but when you have this Orisa, you're going to have a lot of cooldowns that can shut down this Wrecking Ball and the Venture as well. So that's a great first pick here for experienced Dankquility to try and at least get some progress here on the cart. The TP is in. Sibzor 1 HP is able to get healed up from their team there. Pinkin on the Yari, and then the Moira from Chaos, but Coulson back into the fight now. It's a 5v5 on the point. The slam comes in from Mage. Bones does manage to take out that pylon from Yuzi, but Trap being sent back to the spawn by Mage. And Bagel gonna find the other DPS here, and although a little bit of card progress gained, it's still gonna be a very hard kind of first corner fight for New Horizons, or for experienced Dankquility, because this is, you know, after this fight win coming through for New Horizons, well, you're gonna be able to get set up back on that high ground again. The support's comfortably on the bridge. And when you have that Orisa, which, okay, they are gonna swap it up. Bones is gonna move over onto the Wrecking Ball here. Sibzor over onto the Sombra. But you just don't really have any speed here to try and get yourself onto that high ground. You had the Symmetra before to try and get a TP up there, but just weren't quite finding the timing. So now you really have to be playing for this anti-dive. The mines are out here from Mage already, and it ends up splitting Trap, who's gonna get taken down by Coulson. Doing a good job kind of comboing with this Wrecking Ball, finding the angles, and just really shutting experienced Dankquility down. Now Bones is on the point. The Roadhog does have quite a bit of sustain, but well, now there's 4 people looking at you, and there's a window or a lamp to make sure that everybody on New Horizons stays alive. Back to the spawn, back to a regroup here for experienced Dankquility. A little scuffle over here. Coulson, okay, will get, you know, found out kind of again here. And again, this is an opening for experienced Dankquility to try and walk forward, try to find something a little bit more. The slam comes through from Mage, hook, it's good, it does connect, but you just don't do a whole lot of damage to that Wrecking Ball once the shields come out, even if you get a hook onto them. Hack coming through as well. Okay, Chaos is looking to do a little bit of damage to Mage on this tank, but Bagel has fallen as well. The blade comes out from Incendiary. 1 HP hacked up as well. Did manage to find Trap, but otherwise it's looking like this Roadhog composition from experienced Dankquility just pushing the payload forward ever so slightly. We have Coulson and Mage on the point. Beautiful hack coming through there. Says we're gonna stop that slam from coming through, but Coulson does have the Tectonic Surge ready to go. It finds Chaos. The sun is out. Okay, connects onto 2. See if any damage comes through to follow up, try and secure those kills, but no. It's gonna be a nice disengage there from those sunned targets, and the window from Bagel is good, keeping everybody alive, doing a little bit of damage as well. Just before that first point capture, New Horizons holding on strong. They're gonna have a Sun of their own to work with. Mage has built up to those mines once again as well. Okay, Sun early on here from Yuzi in the back line. The EMP again, solo EMP onto Mage. Just targeted the Sun. Connects onto 2, but the cleanse is there for Chaos. Can't say the same for Trap, who is going to be exploded. But now, Yuzi kind of caught in this backline, will be found out by Sibzor, but New Horizons still alive here. Bagel and Incendiary on the point now. Gonna have Mage back in it as well. The mine's on point, going to deny the touch. It is the 3-0 sweep coming in for New Horizons here. making this Wrecking Ball composition look really good on a map where we don't get to see a whole lot of Wrecking Ball. And wow, okay, Bagel on this Baptiste gonna get to play the game. The supports here for New Horizons really showing up strong. Nice window.
Let's get you all better.
Okay, well, that is gonna do it for our match tonight. Congratulations to New Horizons. Oh, yes, MVPs. I'm supposed to give MVPs. That's right. Thank you, Prod. So we will be picking MVP from each team for New Horizons. You know, I think I got to give it over to Bagel on this Baptiste. Doing really good work across all 3 maps, putting in good damage numbers and putting in good healing too. So MVP for New Horizons going to go to Bagel on that Baptiste. Now, for the side of Dankquility, Trap played a few different roles, but I think I'd like to give them MVP for their DPS play. So we saw Trap playing the Sojourn. So I will give it over to them. They found some opening picks which were really good. And also, you know, shout out to them for just having some flexibility, being able to kind of move around on different roles for this team. So very well played to both teams and to both MVPs. Congratulations. Now, that is going to be it for tonight. Keep an eye on our social channels and the announcements channel in our Discord to see which match is going to be covered next, as we will be moving in to our 3rd week of Kaizen very shortly. I've been Rain. Prod has been done by WM. Thank you all for coming out to watch tonight, and we'll see you next time.